Hello and welcome. In this tutorial, we are going to import a CSV file into a Pandas DataFrame, a Python Pandas DataFrame. We will talk you through and walk you through the steps to loading and getting a brief summary of the data from a CSV file using this powerful Pandas library. So to begin, what we need to do is import the Pandas library. In this cell here, we import Pandas with the name PD. We run this cell and it's imported on the right hand panel. In the next cell, we actually specify the path of where the CSV is on our C drive. And with this first method, we specify the path and put that path into a variable called file path, and then we use that variable file path and we use it with the function read_cv, which is part of Pandas, and we read it into a data frame that we call df. Then we output the contents of the data frame called df. If we run this cell, that will run all of this code here. So on the right hand side, we see the contents of the data frame. There are 3000 rows and 9 columns. We can do the same thing by putting that all into one line. Instead of putting the path into a variable, we can just specify the variable or the path here straight into the function, the read_CSV function, that which is part of Pandas, and we read that into the data frame again. Then we output that data frame. So if I run this cell, it will do exactly the same thing. It will give me 3000 rows and the same 9 columns. Now if I want to get a small summary of this data frame, I can use dtypes. This will give me the data types of these columns inside the data frame. So if I run this cell, it shows me that these are all float 64s, and this is an object here, dtype. Then Another thing that I can do to show a summary is to use the describe function. This describe function can run against the data frame, and if I run that cell, I get a count of each column, I get the mean of that column, I get the standard deviation of that column, the minimum, the 25th percentile, the 50th percentile, the 75th percentile, and the max value for each of these columns. So in this short video, we learned how to import a CSV file that was located on the C drive into a Python Pandas DataFrame. We explored loading the data using the read_CSV function, and we demonstrated briefly how to summarize that data in the data frame. With Pandas, the possibilities of exploring and manipulating your data are virtually limitless.